Picture this. You've just landed your absolute dream job. Or maybe you're finally booking that international trip you've been talking about for years. You're filling out the paperwork, everything's going great, and suddenly you realize you have absolutely no idea where your birth certificate is. Panic sets in, right? Well, take a deep breath. Today, we're going to completely demystify the process of getting a certified copy of your Kentucky birth certificate. We'll be focusing specifically on the absolute fastest and most convenient method, which is doing it online. So, by the end of this explainer, you're going to be able to navigate this system with total confidence.
Here's a super quick look at our agenda. We're covering the vital birth certificate itself, how to order it online, the costs, timelines, and alternatives, and finishing up with some crucial pro tips. All right, Section 1, the vital birth certificate. Let's get into the absolute basics.
If you're suddenly facing a major life event and realize you don't have this piece of paper, trust me, you are not alone. It's incredibly common to misplace these things. But why do we suddenly need them so urgently in the first place? Well, a birth certificate isn't just some nostalgic keepsake with your parents' names on it. It is literally the foundational document of your legal identity in the U.S.
Think about it. Getting a new job, applying for that passport, enrolling in school, updating your social security card, or trying to get one of those real ID-compliant driver's licenses. You simply cannot move forward without a certified copy of this document. The Office of Vital Statistics holds these records all the way back to 1911, and pulling yours is basically the key that unlocks almost every other form of legal identification.
Moving right along to Section 2, ordering your certificate online. Let's look at the fastest solution.
Okay, this is a massive consumer alert right here, so pay attention. Kentucky uses an authorized third-party platform for these online requests called VitalCheck. They are the Commonwealth's only, and I mean only, authorized third-party vendor for online and telephone orders. You really need to use caution and avoid unofficial websites that might pop up when you search Google. A lot of those sites charge ridiculous hidden fees, and honestly, the state absolutely cannot guarantee the security of your sensitive personal data if you use them. Stick exclusively to VitalCheck.
The online process itself is actually super user-friendly. You just go to vitalcheck.com, hit that Order Now button, and explicitly select that you need a Kentucky birth certificate. From there, the system intuitively guides you through a bunch of prompts. You'll verify your identity, pick how fast you need the document shipped, and check out securely.
Now, a quick pro tip. Before you even sit down at your computer, make sure you've gathered all your required info so the website session doesn't time out on you. You're going to need your full name exactly as it was at birth, your exact birthday, the specific Kentucky county where you were born, and your mother's full maiden name. Actually, having your father's name ready is highly recommended too if that applies. And finally, you'll need a date-time phone number and the exact mailing address where you want it sent. Just jot it all down on a sticky note. It makes the whole thing a breeze.
All right, on to Section 3, costs and payment methods. What's this going to cost you?
The base fee for each certified copy of a Kentucky birth certificate is exactly $10. But here's the catch. This fee is non-refundable once they start searching for your record. That $10 literally covers the cost of the search itself. So even in the super rare event that they can't find your record, the state keeps that fee for the labor of looking.
But since we're talking about ordering online, that $10 isn't your final price. There are extra fees for the convenience. The online processing fees usually run somewhere around $9.50 to $12.50. It varies just a tiny bit depending on how you enter the portal, but plan for about $12.50 for processing. Then you have to factor in shipping. If you're in zero rush, regular USPS mail is totally free. But if you need this thing yesterday, you're going to want UPS Next Day Air, which adds another $17.50.
Quick detour. If you decide to skip the online thing and pay by mail, it is absolutely critical that your check or money order is made payable exactly to the Kentucky State Treasurer. If you just scribble vital statistics or leave it blank, they will literally reject it and mail it back to you. And that is going to seriously delay your paperwork. For online VitalCheck orders, though, you're good to just use any major credit card like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or Amex.
Section 4, timelines and offline alternatives. Let's talk about the waiting game. You really need to plan ahead here. Paying for that expedited UPS shipping means you could have your certificate in your hands in 3 to 5 days. But if you rely on the free regular mail option, you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 30 business days. When you order online, the state usually gets the request the very next business day. But keep in mind, these are just estimates. The state isn't responsible if the post office loses it or a snowstorm hits. So if your passport appointment is next week, do yourself a favor and just pay for the expedited shipping. Now, if you just hate dealing with the internet,
You have other options. You can call them toll-free at 800-241-8322. That does come with a slightly higher processing fee, though. Or you can go with the absolute cheapest method. Mail a physical form to Frankfurt. That avoids all the online processing fees. You literally just pay the $10 base fee. You download the VS-37 form, fill it out, put a check in there for the Kentucky State Treasurer, and mail it to 275 East Main Street in Frankfurt. Just be ready to wait up to 30 business days for that one.
What if you have a true emergency and you need it literally today? You can actually walk right into the Office of Vital Statistics in Frankfurt. Just make sure you get there before 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time. If you show up at 4, you'll be waiting until the next day. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's fantastic because most eligible requests are handled the exact same day, and you can pay with cash, check, money order, or card right at the counter.
Finally, Section 5, Final Tips and Disclaimer. Let's wrap this up so you don't hit any snags. Here is a super surprising fact that catches a lot of people off guard. If you order online and select Will Call, thinking you can just drive over and pick it up the same day, you can't. Online orders are batched and sent to the state the next business day, so you absolutely cannot place an order on Tuesday morning and drive to Frankfurt on Tuesday afternoon. They'll notify you when it's ready. Oh, and if you do pick it up in person, do not forget to bring a valid government-issued photo ID. They won't hand it over without proof of who you are.
And just a quick heads up, government bureaucracy is always evolving, right? Use this explainer as your ultimate foundation, but always verify current fees and addresses directly with the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Sometimes processing fees shift by a few cents or office hours change around the holidays. A quick 2-minute double check on their official website before you submit your payment will save you a massive headache.
So we'd absolutely love to hear how this process worked for you. Drop your experiences or any wild wait time stories down in the comments. Navigating these government systems can feel super intimidating at first, but once you break it down like this, it's just a matter of having the right info. So what other bureaucratic nightmares do you think we need to demystify next? Let us know, and until next time, keep empowering yourself with knowledge.